Hello, all my dear students. My name is Ajay Gulati. Welcome to Sri Jain's Rank Zone classes. Students, I'm your friend and mentor for the mathematics portion that is we call quantitative aptitude. Dear students, today we will be taking hopefully the last class for chapter mixtures and allocation. I will be taking few remaining questions, few remaining types which we haven't discussed so far. But majority of the things we have discussed, and today we will be taking a bit typical or maybe a bit difficult and scattered sort of questions. Type 5 questions we have done in the previous classes. Okay, so let's start with the classes. And before I start with the class, let me tell you one small concept, then we will move ahead. Okay, so let's start with it. So, dear students, suppose I say there is a mixture. This mixture contains A and B. Okay, what happens is, let's say the amount contained in A is A, the amount contained for B is B. This is the ratio of A and B, A is to B. Now suppose these are lying in the ratio A is to B. One small concept which I need to explain you is, let's see it. This AB, when we take, let's say, we take this mixture out, okay, we take the mixture out, let's say this is the beaker. You take some mixture out, some portion of the mixture out, and you further add, let's say, only part B. So what will happen is, you take suppose 10-liter mixture out and you add same 10-liter mixture B. This is the main thing. This should be same. This portion should be same. This 10-liter and 10-liter both the places should be same. Then what will happen? So dear friends, in this process A and B both are taken out. In this portion only B is added. So in nutshell what happens is, in nutshells, in this case what you will say, just remember this small portion. In this case what will happen, the amount of B which is added, let's say amount of B added is X liter, the amount of A removed will be X liter. We take AB out, suppose 10-liter AB out, we add 10-liter AB in. When we do 10-liter in, 10-liter out, okay, same amount in, same amount out, then there is change in only then whatever amount of A is removed. See here some portion of A is removed, here some portion of here some portion of A and B are removed, but only B is added. So in the nutshell, whatever amount of A is removed, same amount of extra B is added. Okay, I will show it to you via diagram. Let's say A and B are in the ratio 3 is to 2. Just assume for a minute. Suppose this is, let's say these are in the ratio 7 is to 3. It will be very clear now. This is A, this is B, these are in the ratio 7 is to 3. When these are in the ratio of 7 is to 3, when you add only B 10 liter B, what happens is this is also B, this is also B. So what is this? This A goes out and this B comes in. So what happens? Out of the previous ratio of A is to B, A is removed by 7 liter and B is added by 7 liter. This B remains same. I take a 10-liter bucket out, I put a 10-liter bucket in. This B has to be the same. Here the B is added, here A is removed, in place of that B is added. This is the concept. Okay, dear students. So let's move ahead, take the next. Now let's start with the questions. Students, it might be possible I might not have been able to explain to you why, in terms of pure theory basis, but you will very easily understand this with the help of a question. Okay. So this is the question. Let me increase the size. This is actually a very common question. Now let's start with it. A jar contains a mixture of two liquids A and B in the ratio 4 is to 1. Okay. A and B in the ratio 4 is to 1. Let's say A was 4x and B is 1x. Okay. When 10 liters of this mixture was taken out and was replaced with 10 liters of liquid B, the ratio becomes 2 is to 3. Now, if I talk about 10-liter mixture ratio, this is B, this is A, this is taken out. So in this B will be 2 liter, A will be 4 liter. Now, let's say something is put in the basket. Okay, I am putting this much in. When 10 liters of this taken out and was replaced, 10 liters of liquid B, the ratio becomes 2 is to 3. Okay. When we add 10 liters of B, so this 2 liters and this A is 8 liters is B only. So this B goes out, this B comes in, does not make any difference. But what makes the difference? This 8 liter A goes out and 8 liter B comes in. So what is happening is here 8 liter of A is removed and 8 liter of B is added. Here 8 liter of B is removed and 8 liter of B is added. So this ratio will become what? Now it is given that this ratio becomes 2 is to 3. Just one small equation and your answer is done, my dear students. Okay. From here, what do I get? I get 12x minus 24 is equal to 2x plus 16. From here, what do you get, dear students? 10x is equal to 40. Okay, 10x is equal to 40 or x is equal to 4. This is your answer. The quantity of liquid A contained in the jar initially. So the quantity of liquid A contained in the jar initially was how much? 4x. So therefore 4x is equal to 4 into 4. X value, okay, is equal to 16 liters. Do we have any such option? Yes, we have option number A as our answer. Sorry, I'm sorry, option number C. So far it must be clear. Okay, dear students. Let's take the next one. This is the next question. In a mixture of 45 liters, the ratio of acid to water is 2 is to 1. The ratio of acid to water is 2 is to 1. 45 liter. Let's break it into acid is to water 2 is to 1. Okay. That will be what? 30 by 15. Okay, dear students. That will be 30 is to 15. The amount of water to be further added to the mixture so as to make the ratio of the acid to water 1 is to 2 is C. We need to add water. Let's say I add X liter of water. Okay? X liters of water is added. When X liters of water is added, then what will happen? Milk, this acid will remain the same. Water will be 15 plus X. Now this ratio becomes 1 is to 2, or I can say 60 is equal to 15 plus X. That way X is equal to 45. Okay, dear students. I'm sure this must be clear to all of you. So option A is your answer. Okay, let's move ahead. Next question. Yeah, this is the next question. A bit lengthy, but we will solve it very easily. Two types of alloys. Two types of alloys contain gold and silver in the ratio 7 is to 21, 21 is to 37. In what ratio these alloys be mixed so as to have a new alloy in which gold and silver would exist in the ratio 25 is to 62. Look, see, let's talk about gold and total. Gold and total. Alloy 1, they are in what ratio? 7 is to 29. Okay. And 21 is to 30. In the second alloy, they are in the ratio 21 is to 58. So as in what ratio should these be mixed so as to have a new alloy in which gold and silver would exist in the ratio 25 is to 62. Okay, we need to find a new alloy in which these exist in the ratio 25 is to 62. See, that is 25 is to what is the content of gold? 62 plus 25, 87. Now things become a bit easy. How come things become a bit easy? Because these are multiples of 29. Okay, so in order to make the question easy, what I can do is let's multiply all the numbers by 6. If you multiply all the numbers by 6, what you will get by 29 into 6. You multiply all the numbers by 29 into 6. So 29 and 29 will cancel, that will give you a 7 into 6. If you multiply this number by 29 into 6, 29 will be cancelled, 2, 6, this will be 3. Here it will be what? 29 into 6 will give you what? This is 29 into 3. Okay. So this will give you 29 into 3, 29 into 6. This will give you a 2, 25 into 2. So this is the final ratio. Like now what you can say is this is 42. Yeah, just this was 21. I wrote it by mistake. Yeah, now this is 42. This is 21 into 3, 63. This is 25 into 2, 50. In what ratios are these mixed? These are ratios. This difference is 8. This difference is 13. So the ratio comes out to be 13 is to 8. That is option number 1 is our answer. I hope so far things are clear to everyone. Let's move to the next one. A mixture of 40 liters of milk and water contain 10% of water. See, okay, milk and water. Let's talk about mixture. How much? 40 liters. Given water is how much? Water is 10%. So it will be 4 liters. Milk is how much? Milk is remaining 90. 90% is 36 liters. Okay. 36 liters. Now, how much water must be added to make the water 20%? Let's say X liter of water is added. So what will happen now? Water upon total will be how much? Water is already 4. Total is 40. If you add X liters to it, this will become again X. So this is 20%. Now I can say 4 plus X divided by 40 plus X is equal to 1 by 5. This implies 20 plus 5x is equal to 40 plus x. Very easily you can say 4x is equal to 20 or x comes out to be 5. This much of water must be added. Okay, dear students. Let's take the next question. The next question we have is a mixture contains wine and water in the ratio 3 is to 2. Another mixture contains wine and water in the ratio 4 is to 5. How many liters of latter must be mixed with 6 liters of the former so that the resulting mixture may contain equal quantities of wine and water? See, dear students. First of all, the mixture we have is 3 wine and water in the ratio. See, we need to take the ratio of, let's say, wine and total. We equate the ratio. I have told you how. We take one thing divided by total, 3 by 5, and the another mixer contains wine and water in the ratio 4 is to 5. 4 is to 5. I will write this as 4 is to 9. Now, so that the resulting mixture may contain equal quantities of wine and water. Equal quantities of wine and water means half. Now, here, let's take the cross difference. Okay, 3 by 5 is 60%, half is 50%, means 6 by 10, 5 by 10. The difference is 1 by 10. 1 by 2 minus 4 by 9. 1 by 2, students, you can read as 9 by 18. 4 by 9 you can read as 8 by 18 if you double this. Okay, if you multiply it by 9 on both sides, this is this. So the difference is 1 by 18. I'm removing these arrows now. So the ratio is 1 by 18 is to 1 by 10, or I can say this is, you can say the ratio is 1 by 9 is to 1 by 5, or precisely speaking 5 is to 9. So the thing is, if this is 5, this is 9. How many liters of liter must be mixed with 6 liters of the former? See, if this is 5 liter, this is 9 liter. If this is 1 liter, so this is 9 by 5. If this is 6 liters, so it will be 9 into 6 by 5, or 9 into 6 by 5 means 10.8 liters. Okay, dear students, I'm sure this must be clear to all of you. Let's take the next one. Now I think you have learned the concept very well. If you could try this question and solve it before I do, I'll be really happy. The ratio in which tea costing rupees 186 per kg should be mixed with tea costing rupees 150 per kg, so that the resulting blend, when sold for rupees 1944 per kg, yields a profit of 20%. See, students, first thing first, what is profit of 20%? Now, let's say the CP, assume the CP is equal to C. Assume CP is equal to C. So SP is what? SP is equal to CP plus profit. Either you can do it directly, or if you want to do it in detail, 94.40 is equal to CP plus the profit. Profit is 20%. So this is 1 by 5 C, or 6 by 5 C is equal to 19440, 1944 by 10, this way. Okay, dear, let's cancel it with the C comes out to be 6 into divided by 18, 14, 2, 24, 6. Okay, 826. So far clear? I'm sorry. 18, 3, 14, 2, 24, 6 divided by 10 into 5, or you can say precisely this 5 cancel with 10 to give you 2. 326, or sorry, 324. Okay, 24, 4. This C comes out to be 162 rupees. Now, the two commodities which are mixed, with tea costing rupees 150, see, the ratio in which tea costing rupees 186 and the tea costing rupees 150 to give you something 162. So what is this ratio? This is 12. This difference is 24. So the ratio is 1 is to 2. This is your answer. I'm sorry, dear students. The option is 1 is to 2. I did not change it properly. Okay, so this is your answer. So let's take the next one. A shopkeeper bought 20 kg of rice at the rate of rupees 29 per kg and 25 kg of rice at the rate of 20 per kg. He sold the mixture of both type of rice at the rate of 27 per kg. His profit in the transaction is, so this is a question of reverse allegation. Okay, now you see how we will solve it. I will take a bit of time to solve it. I will tell you the procedure. I will take a little bit of time to explain it to you. See, the, a shopkeeper bought 20 kg of rice at the rate of rupees 29 per kg. The cost of one is 29 and per kg and 25 kg of rice at the rate of rupees 20. Then we have here the quantity was 20 kg. Let's talk about quantity and the price is 29. Then 25 kg of rice at the price of rupees 20 per kg. The price here is 20. Okay. He sold the mixture of both types of rice at rupees 27 per kg. His profit in this transaction was. We will come to the selling price later. But the thing is, see what is the ratio? The ratio is 4 is to 5. The ratio of quantities is 4 is to 5. So, my dear students, we do cross subtraction. In allegation, we do cross subtraction. When we do reverse allegation, what is we in reverse allegation process? We find the middle price, we find the average price. In allegation method, what it is, we are given an average price, then we do like this cross subtraction, and then we find a ratio. Here we are already given a ratio 20 is to 25. How to solve such type of question is, see what is the gap here? The gap here is 9 parts. The gap here is 9 parts. What is the sum of ratio 4 and 5? This is 9. So the sum is also 9, the gap is also 9. Now you divide this gap into these many parts. You divide this 9 gap into 9 parts. These are parts and this is gap. So divide a gap of 9 into 4 plus 5, 9 parts. That is one part is equal to one gap is equal to one part. So here we do cross addition to this 29. Here we do cross thing. So this from this 29 you subtract 4 parts, or from this 25 parts, or from this in this 20 you add 4 parts. 20 plus 4. See, let me write the number by smaller to bigger. This is 20. This is 29. The ratio is 5, 4. Now what I'll do? This is smaller number. This smaller number I will add 4 parts. Okay, I told you one part is equal to 1. So the average will be plus 4, that will be 25. This is reverse allegation. I will show you few more questions. So the average comes out to be 25. Also, sorry, 24. Also from this 29, if you subtract 5 parts, you will still get 24. So this is the process of finding the average by reverse allegation. Okay, if you, I will make you understand. Even if you haven't understood this concept fully in this particular question, I will do more questions. So the average comes out to be 24. Okay, now how much kg? 20 and 25 total 45 kg. What is the selling price? Selling price is 27 as given. What is the cost price? Cost price is 24. What is the profit? Profit is equal to 3 rupees. Okay, so total 45 kgs. Okay, total profit, the total profit is 45 into 3, that will give you 135. Okay, dear students, this is the total profit. Let us move to the next one. Let me search for the next question. Just give me a second. In a class of 50 students, there are 22 girls who scored an average of 35 marks. Okay. How many total students? 50. How many girls are there? 22. So that way boys will be how many? Boys will be 28. This is the ratio of the quantities. This is the ratio of the number of people. So 22 is to 28, or you can say 11 is to 14. 11 is to 14. You can also say the ratio is like this. The average score of girls 35. This is the average score of the girls. What is the average mark of the boys? If the class average is 42 marks. See students, here the class average is 42. We need to find the score of the boys. If I do it by the process of reverse alligation, see this is how is the score added. See, these are the parts, these are the number of parts. We do cross thing, cross thing. So what will happen here if I am adding, see here how many parts I am adding? 7. Here how many parts I am adding? 7. So this 7 corresponds to 14. 7 corresponds to 14. Student, I want you to be pay full concentration towards this. Here I am adding 7 parts. 7 corresponds to 14, means this double. So here also this 11 will be double of something. This 11 is double of what? 5.5. In one thing we add, in the other thing we subtract. So I will subtract minus 5.5. If I subtract 5.5 from a number, what is this number? The number is 47.5. This is your answer. This is the process of reverse alligation. If you are good at calculation, you will understand this easily. Otherwise also, how will you do? Let the average number of boys, marks of boys be A. So 22 girls score 35 marks. 28 boys scored A marks. This is total marks. Total marks of the class is 50 into 42. The average marks of the class is 42 for 50 people. So how to solve it now? See, 28A is equal to 50 into 42 minus 22 into 35. If I take a 5 and a 7 common, if I take 5 common, if I take 7 common, what I am left with is 10 into 6 minus 22. This is 28A is equal to, or I can say 4A is equal to 5. 7 and 7 cancel. 60 minus 22. That will be 38. That way I can say 4A, or better 2A, 5 into 19, 95A is equal to, this involves a lot of calculation, dear students. This method is direct. Let me take one more question. I may be able to explain you the concept. How many kg of salt costing rupees 28 per kg must be mixed with 6.4 kg of salt costing rupees 16 per kg, so that the selling the mixture 29.0, there is a gain of 15%. See, let's say first of all quantity I'll write. Here I write quantity. How many kg of salt? This is the price. Costing rupees 28 per kg must be mixed with 6.4 kg of salt. How many kg of salt costing rupees 28 per kg must be mixed with 6.4 kg of salt costing rupees 16 per kg. This is 6.4 costing rupees 16 per kg. Okay, so that selling the mixture at rupees 29.90, there is a gain of 15%. The moment I see 15% gain, what is gain? See, so SP will be 1.15 CP. Okay, how come? SP is equal to profit, CP plus profit. CP is equal to CP. Profit is 15%. Okay, 15% of CP. So it becomes 1.15 CP. Clear? SP is equal to 1.15 into CP. This SP is how much? 29.9. Or I can say 29.9, or I can say 299 up 2990 into C. This part clear? What I do, I remove the two decimals from both the places. So here C comes out to be 2990 divided by 115. Let's cancel them by 5. If I cancel them by 5, this becomes 23. If I cancel this by 5, it becomes 5, 49, 9, 48, 598 by 23. So 23 cube is 529, 529 plus 69. So this will be 26 actually. So C is equal to 26. So far clear? Now the average. Therefore, the cost price of this mixture is what? The cost price of this mixture is, this is the price. The average price of this mixture is how much? The average price of this mixture is 26. Okay. This I wrote as 529 plus. Did I do some mistake? Let me just check. Yeah, this is no doubt correct. 529 plus 29, 529 plus 70 is 599, 1 less 598. Now, what I mean to say is, see this gap. This gap is how much? Here the gap is, this gap is 2. This 2 corresponds to 6.4. And this gap is how much? This gap is 10. So it will be like, if 2 corresponds to 6.4, then 10 corresponds to 5 times of 6.4, that is 32. Very easily done. Okay, dear students. So 32 is your answer if you do it by this process. What I said 2 corresponds to 6.4. That way 20 corresponds to 64. 10 corresponds to half of this 32. So this 10, so there will be, this will be 32. Getting it? Here the gap is 2, here the gap is, and 2 corresponds to 6.4, 1 corresponds to 3.2. You can say then 10 corresponds to 32. So here this gap is, and therefore this must be 32. Okay, dear students, clear to all of you? So this is the concept. If you want to do it by that method, that also I can teach. This comes very often in exam. That's why I wanted to teach you this shortcut so that you may save a bit of time. But if you want to do it, see, once you have found this 26, this though you will find by this particular method only. Okay, once you have found this 26, how will you do? You will say, let's say, first of all, how many kg of salt costing rupees 28? So x kg of salt costing rupees 28 plus 6.4 kg of salt costing rupees 16 will give you a mixture which costs rupees 26. How, what is the quantity of mixture? That is x plus 6.4. Okay, students. The thing is, students, this ratio is 1 is to 5. So this ratio will be 5 is to 1. This is the main thing. This ratio is 1 is to 5. This ratio will be 5 is to 1 because this is cross subtraction. 5 goes here, 1 goes here. Now if I solve it, 28x is equal to 6.4 into 16. 16 into 6, 96. 0.4 into 16, 6.4. 96 plus 6.4, 102.4 is equal to 26x plus 26 into 6.4. In fact, I should not have calculated it. Let it be 16 into 6.4. Now what will happen? This is 2x is equal to, the 6.4 goes there. 26 minus 16, 10. So x is equal to, you should not get involved in this calculation, 5. 6.4 into 5, 32. This is your answer. Both ways you can do it. Let's take the next question. Let's take the next question, and for next question I need to tell you certain basics, and you will enjoy this type whatever I'm teaching you right now very much. Yeah, this is the next question. A container contains 60 liters of alcohol. From this container, 6 liters of alcohol was taken out and replaced by water. The process was repeated 2 more times. The amount of alcohol left in the container is. See students, you know the formula for compound interest. In the case of compound interest, amount is equal to principal into 1 plus rate by 100 raised to the power n. You know this thing. R is the rate percent. R is the rate percent. Plus is because it's adding every year. In case of depreciation, what happens? Final price of a thing is equal to initial price 1 minus R by 100 raised to the power n. This is see, this is R is actually percent. If I write my 6%, 6% means what? 6%. So for R you write 6%. If suppose R is equal to 6. Okay. So initial price into 1 minus removed by 100. The same thing happens in this case. Initially we have a container. Okay. Let's say the total capacity of the container is T. The total capacity of the container is T. From this you remove R. Okay. And suppose you repeat this process 5 times, 6 times, 10 times, you will put a N. So final content is equal to initial content into 1 minus removed by total quantity raised to the power n. So here F is equal to final quantity, I is equal to initial quantity, R is equal to removed, T is equal to total capacity, okay, total capacity of the jar. From this jar you are removing certain thing. N is equal to number of times you perform the operation. N is equal to number of times the iteration is performed. Okay. So if I apply the formula now, what will happen is, I have reasonable space, I can do it over here. A container contains 60 liter of alcohol. Okay. 60 liter of alcohol. This is the initial quantity. And this is filled. From this container, 6 liter of alcohol was taken out and replaced by water. 1 minus 6 by 60. This process was repeated 2 more times. So it becomes 3 times. So the main thing is we are not being separately told initially it was filled or not. So I'll assume this was filled. We need to find the process was able to the amount of alcohol left in the container is. So the quantity left in the container is as per this formula 60 into 1 minus 6 by 10 raised to power 3, or you can say final quantity is equal to 60 1 minus 1 by 10 cube. Okay, so I will write it as, this implies F is equal to 60 into 9 by 10 cube, or 0.9 cube, that is 60 into 0.729, or 6 into 72.9, 6 9 the 4, 5 carry, 6 into 72, 432, 430 plus 432 plus 5, 437. So 43.74 is your answer. Do we have any such option? Yes, this is your answer. I'm sure this must be clear to all of you. So students, from my side, I have covered each and every possible question of this chapter. Let me just see if there is any one more question left. Just give me a second to verify. I might have missed one question, but basically I have done each and everything. Just give me a second to verify this. Otherwise, I'm sure I have covered each and every question. One small second, and I am unable to find anything now. Okay, this is the same question, same type of question. We should cover it. Okay. A drum contains 80 liters of ethanol. 20 liters of this liquid is removed and replaced with water. 20 liters of mixture is again removed and replaced with water. How much liter is present in this drum now? See that we have initial quantity how much? 80 liter, and this is also the total capacity 80 liter. So far clear? Okay. If I apply the formula, final quantity is equal to initial into 1 minus What is the initial quantity? 80. 1 minus how much is removed? 20 is replaced out of 80. This process is repeated twice. 82 into this is 3 1 minus 1 by 4 square, or you can say 80 into 3 by 4 square. 5 into 9 45. This is your answer, my dear beloved students. So enough for this chapter. We have done absolutely each and every type of question. I have covered all every absolutely every particular type of question that I have ever seen. So I think this is enough for today. We'll meet again tomorrow. All the best, dear students. Bye bye. Take care.